I'm gonna take this boat to the hotel road. Good.
He messed up them lyrics.
What you mean?
How you gonna take a boat to a hotel?
I'm taking the boat to the hotel Rome. That's what he said.
Hotel
To the
Rome.
hotel.
That's what he said,
The
though.
Hotel Rome.
Y'all not feeling me?
No.
So how come he can remix some shit, but when I do it,
That's Nas's new favorite song.
I'm gonna take my boat to the hotel home.
Wait, I can't even like.
No, it's high energy, Mr. High Energy. Remember?
Oh, always high energy.
You look, you mad sleepy in the face. Niggas say, yeah, high energy, high energy.
Just woke up.
Yeah, like mad fresh in the face. You just woke up and shit.
I'm here.
Yo, sidebar. I saw a game on the Shade Room. You really are game. I just want to point that out. Keep it to the
Yo,
mic.
he's his doppelganger.
Bam. I legit got mad. I saw a game pop up on the Shade Room. I say, how the fuck did Nas make it on the Shade Room?
I guess that PSA worked, didn't it?
Yeah, I said, oh shit, that PSA bullshit worked, huh? And I was like, oh, it's just the game. Okay.
You guys got jokes today.
No,
boy.
no. I wanted to share that. I tabled that in my head. Like I put that in my mental Rolodex, pocketing that so when you came here, I would attack you.
Okay, I'm ready.
No, all right.
High energy. I'm here today.
All right. Before we get started, Grassroots Podcast. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button, be notified for all of our latest and greatest. I'm one of the hosts, Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
I'm Marty Jannetty.
Nah, that's mad.
Nah, you just recycled that
Yeah,
one.
you recycle,
Yeah,
and you mad bland. Like
First of all, take your nephew's shirt off.
No.
All right.
Oh, we got jokes now. Okay.
Oh, Wilson, we gotta stay out this one.
I'm Wilson.
We have to work on another intro for you too.
Well, how about let me intro?
Well, that's true. That's true.
Like, yo.
All right, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
You got it.
Go ahead.
I already introduced myself.
We'll just do it again. You need the floor.
I'm Wilson.
Nothing changes. Nothing
Unique,
changes.
no aspect, no
Yeah.
unique aspect to it.
Nothing changes. You give him the floor, and he still just says, "I'm Wilson."
That was dope because that was like perfect.
Same,
It was
same pitch, same everything. Nothing changed.
I perfected it.
No, you're all right. Never mind. You're missing the point. It's fine. It's
Whatever.
I missed you guys. I couldn't wait to talk to you guys today. I've been purposely staying off of social media, which I know that a lot of you have been doing the exact same thing, even some of the listeners, given everything that's been happening. But I couldn't wait to get here to talk to my friends. There's a lot to go over today.
A lot of unpacking.
Yeah, a lot of unpacking, a lot of research has been done for this episode, so I'm really excited. All right, so let's circle back to Lil Nas X Old Town Road remix. Let me be the first person to say I had never heard of Lil Nas X, but upon doing research on Lil Nas X, he's obviously pretty popular. On top of it, I heard this record for the first time all of 10 minutes ago. I'm not mad at it.
It's a good record.
I'm not mad at it.
I like it. It's good music.
Billy Ray Cyrus did the thing on the remix.
I thought he kind of bodied Lil Nas.
That was hard. He did.
If I'm keeping it a buck, I thought he murdered Nas.
Well, he's a real singer, though.
Yeah, but he was given like country bars,
Yeah.
like and in pocket. It wasn't like he was. I can make a case. He was barring Nas up.
He took the country elements and added to a country trap song.
Yeah.
And it fit. It didn't feel out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I liked it. I really liked it. And I also I know I saw a lot of people having conversations about well, this is not that very country. He shouldn't be put in this pocket. This is what was this? Appropriation in some sense or something like that. You know what? Even if he wanted to kind of take advantage of the situation, right? White artists have been doing that for the longest when it comes to hip hop. So why can't he do that for country? You see Taylor Swift trying to dance and do pop and lock stuff in her song and get other rappers and you see other artists getting rappers involved.
Yeah,
she was like,
show us that again real quick.
shake it off, shake it off. Like, come on. I mean, no, but literally, no, she can't dance in that song. Whatever, I forget what song it is, but she
I can't think of the name of
it's
the record.
one of those songs she cannot dance in it. But my thing is we've seen so many acts, right? It's it's kind of like what I like to call the pop artist journey.
Yeah.
You have the pop artist or the pop adjacent artist like a Taylor Swift who starts out with the I'm so innocent. Then they move on into, a little bit more older. I want to show a little more of my feisty side, my sexual appeal. And then it's like complete sexual awakening. Oh, I need to get a hip hop artist. I need to get a song in hip hop. And then you also see the other side of it where Post Malone. Post Malone, you enter within the hip hop space, but now you're not a rapper. You're an artiste.
Well, that was my thing.
What? Oh my
if
gosh.
we're keeping it a buck, we've seen this story before.
Yeah.
I'm
Happens
thinking
all the time. They always go through their little hip hop phase.
100%.
Pitbull did it too.
It's always a certain amount of years that pass where a record like this surfaces, right? I could think of, like you said earlier in pre-production, Nelly Country Grammar. I could think of Hove and Linkin Park.
Hold on, what? Nelly Country Grammar.
I'm going down, babe.
Well, it wasn't really country. I thought you were gonna do the Nelly and Tim McGraw.
I'm just saying the over and over again record too. But it starts with those types of records. Think about it. I'm going down, baby. That is a very country song. No, am I wrong in that?
Yeah, that's like a lullaby that he switched up.
But I'm saying it. You can see it. Even I'm just talking about just crossover right now. I'm not talking about the actual thing. I'm talking just straight crossover. That's why I'm not mad at Lil Nas.
Well, they pick and choose. I mean,
too.
If you look at country music, you got Florida Georgia line.
Yeah,
They're hip hop. They rap. They rap, but it's considered country music.
It's country music. But my thing is, should the masses be crucifying Lil Nas for doing, like, if I'm not even an artist, and if I could work with fucking Billy Ray, I'm working with him.
But it's not even the masses that are crucifying him. It is Billboard and certain individuals because his song blew up because of TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is a social media platform. It's kind of like Musically. And there are so many people that literally took that song and were doing their own video clips. So the masses like that song and the masses made it popular. The problem, okay, so the one thing that I really have with this whole situation is that why did it take for him to put Billy Ray on for them to even feel any sort of, this is a little more aligned with country, when we've seen, like you said before, crossovers that have gone within hip-hop, people who shouldn't really even be in hip-hop are fitted into that slate.
Yeah.
Because Billy Ray Cyrus is the country OG. You need to go you got to get solidified.
I mean, that was definitely a very smart strategic move.
You got to get
That's what I said.
That was a super smart strategic move.
If I'm working with anyone, I'm working with him. Why would I not?
Smart for all parties.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay,
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus wants to do a remix. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not saying on behalf of Lil Nas X. I'm saying on the behalf that it literally took him to get someone like Billy Ray to be like, okay, now you're gonna put me on.
Okay, I got you.
When we've seen before where acts who fit themselves within hip hop or found a way to fit themselves within like specific genres that I don't even think that they should have been in to begin with.
Well, this is the classic case of taking the backdoor approach. It's the same thing that her did, Gabby Wilson, with her being, a huge star on Disney and wanting to be an artist and them not paying her any mind and then marketing herself as a shadow, and now she is who she is today. It's just finding those alternate routes or roots. See what we did there? Roots, routes. See, I like that. You see what it did there? Finding
smooth.
It was right. It's finding those routes though, and getting to the finish line. That's why I'm not mad at Nas at that, and I'm not mad at Billy Ray.
Yo, when they took him out the country genre, where did they put him?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's fucking racist.
You think so?
Come on. If anything, they should have put that in like pop or something.
But why? All right. Whose song is this?
It's Lil X's, right?
Lil Nas X, yeah.
Lil Nas X, yeah.
That's why he's not categorized as a country artist.
You want
but if you make a
black
country
countries
song,
like Cowboy Troy.
I don't know if it works like that. Because because again, you got to think about it. This is not a full on crossover. You got. I also remember Pink. Do you remember when Pink came out?
Yeah.
Pink came out as and was marketed.
It was R&B.
To R&B.
Yeah, but
correct.
She was making R&B though.
Yeah, but she didn't want to do that to begin with.
I know that. A lot of people don't know that. But she was making R&B music. You saw her with Swiss and a whole bunch of other people. I think it was Swiss. Was it Swiss, right? What producer was she with? I can't remember. Somebody looked that up. I can't remember.
Hey,
Somebody.
Fam, can you look that up?
It was someone. Whatever.
Pink producer.
She still
Which
does
producer
R&B
she
though.
with?
No,
Which-
she
which-
doesn't. No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
What would you categorize that as?
Pop. I got her as pop artist.
Alternate
Pop?
rock.
Or alternative.
Oh, and speaking of pop, why is it that the crossovers of genres like hip hop, rock, hip hop, country are so much harder to do, or not even harder to do, but it's less likely to be allowed than if something like, for example, there are country artists that make country pop and it's acceptable. Like I feel like especially with music right now, there's so much blending and crossovers that if you have somewhat elements within the music, then what's the problem?
Because it's when artists go too far left. In the
non like too far left is in like non-traditional
sense, correct. Because this is not a traditional record. Think about it in all facets. Between hip hop and between country, this is not your run of the mill record that you would hear.
It's definitely more country though. Nobody's riding a horse in hip hop.
I agree with you. But what I'm saying, but
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
40's a legend, man.
Hey,
I'm bound to do a drive-by on a horse.
Here you go.
City country Nick. Listen, I'm just letting you know, man. That's what he said.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
we have to get him on the show.
Yeah, 40's a legend, man.
Like, well, yeah.
Thank you. I'm
outside
glad you changed your tune.
Yeah, you did. You were disrespectful.
Yeah, you were
I never
mad.
had another tune.
Oh, okay. I see what's happening here. I see what you did there, my friend.
Rebrand.
but that's my whole thing. What the fuck was I saying? Hold on.
Well, I was talking about the crossover. Why? Because you were saying that it's because the song's not in the traditional sense.
Thank you. It's not in the traditional sense. So because it's not in the traditional sense, that's why I see Billboard for two reasons. One, I feel like they see what Lil Nas X is doing and Billy Ray Cyrus, because I don't follow country music and I don't follow him avidly, but I'm assuming he hasn't been on the Billboard in quite some time. So.
Let me double check.
And I could be wrong, so fans out there don't kill me. All I'm saying is strategically for the both of them, this works. Yo, we can be on Billboard because I can feature you or you can feature me, and we'll both get credit for it, and we both blossom from this.
Everybody eats.
Yeah, everybody eats. Lil Nas X he eats more than Billy Ray to me, just because he's now on Billboard and could potentially be nominated for a Grammy for this record, just off of the strength of Billy Ray.
You know, that's power right there, man.
Yo, like I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Like it could be 100% worse. I could see even I wasn't even mad at Lil Nas's verse on it. Again, it's a little obscure when I hear quote unquote rapper talking about, yo, I'm a ride by on a horse. It's a little weird, but for what the record was intended to be it a country record, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. And go get your coins. If you couldn't get through the front door, go through the back door.
He got my $1.20.
Yeah, like I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, and I mean, also we have to understand, like, country music as a genre hasn't. I mean, it seems like it's progressively is more welcoming because we're actually starting to see a lot more solo black country singers.
Cowboy Troy.
But you know, obviously, like I read somewhere. Hold on, where is it? I read somewhere. Oh, Darius Rucker. Darius Rucker used to talk a lot about how unfriendly the environment in country music is. If you guys don't know who Darius Rucker is, Hootie and the Blowfish frontman.
He's Hootie.
He's Hootie.
But the thing is like with country, like I was telling you, there's a song. What's his name? Thomas Rhett. Thomas Rhett has a song called "Craving You," and he even talks how that is pop country and how country is blending. It's blending itself within pop, but it seems like that's an acceptable route. But to see the blend between that and hip hop, it's like, oh no, we can't have that. No way possible. Because you have who are some other people?
I'm telling you, Florida,
Yeah,
Georgia
Florida,
line.
Georgia line. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
you
what.
said that.
Jason Aldean in 2014 spent 10 weeks at the top of the Hot Country Songs chart with Dirt Road Anthem, a country rap song that Ludacris endorsed.
Shit.
And you have country pop singers like Sam Hunt. They've received awards and stuff for country music. Who else do we have?
was it, a couple of years ago, Tyler Perry hosted the Country Music Awards.
Wait? Oh no, yeah, he did. He did do that.
Come on, man. I'm everywhere, baby.
You're not. Don't call me baby. And second of all, you're not. You're not everywhere. You're not everywhere.
Uptown,
you mad sick. Look.
Crosstown, Switzerland.
Okay.
I'm everywhere, man.
I gotta give Nas some credit too, man. He's pulling it together for the episode, man. He was sick as fuck on the way over here.
Oh, you shooting him some bail, huh?
Yeah, man.
That's the homie, man.
I give credit where credit's due, man.
I could see it. No, you don't.
It's professional.
Hey,
That's what this is. Professionalism.
that's an extremely large hole in your jeans for your knee.
I made these
Whoa.
jeans.
Whoa, why are we talking about knees and stuff?
Yeah, why are you looking at my
We're getting
knees?
off topic. We're getting off topic.
fault,
Let's
my
go back.
fault.
Let's go back.
Look at your fucking high waters.
You're stupid. So what will happen now? What will happen now? Because obviously, do you think that they're gonna now accept this song onto the country music charts? And if it does, this is very.
Yo, Brandon had that shit in the chamber, yeah.
I did. I was waiting for him to talk. I'm sorry, but I was waiting for him to because I felt it. I felt the animosity. I felt the. Anytime somebody look at you like, give you the little side eye, like they start to side you up, just have one in the tuck, just in case.
Oh my gosh, you
Just
guys
in
are
case.
horrible.
What's next? Lil Nas X is going to release a second country song. If he's smart.
Do you think they're gonna allow this one to like if it goes #1? Do you think they're gonna allow that? And do you think that if it does really well, which I'm sure it is, do you think they'll add him to a nomination for the Country Music Awards?
They should.
hope
That'd
so.
be dope.
I hope so.
But then hold on, see, because I don't know. I wish I can call.
There's a lot of money in country music too. That's a good lane.
There is.
A ton of money.
But my thing is, how does that work if you've already categorized this record as a hip hop record? You get what I'm saying?
Well, they did the same thing for Over and Over Again with Tim McGraw and Nelly. It was nominated for
No,
both.
but it was nominated for both because if I remember correctly, that record was in 2 genres. It was categorized as hip hop and country,
Yeah.
not just country.
So can't this new remix be categorized as both?
Yeah, the remix.
It could, but what I'm saying is right now it's only categorized as hip hop. It's not categorized as country.
Oh no, they're not going to disrespect Billy Ray like that.
Well, how do you? I don't know.
Should no disrespect Billy Ray.
What happens if they do though?
You know what
'Cause
he needs to do?
That's a good question.
You know what he needs to do? This is an idea I think he should do. And I saw someone mention it. If you see the cover photo, it's open. It's like an open canvas with 1 horse. Then you
Yeah.
got 2 horses. Yo, what if he keeps does another remix and adds another country act?
He could.
And adds another, and you just like
He could.
come out with like a country trap posse cut.
That'd be fire. You do a country mixtape.
That'd be dope.
A country mixtape.
Think about it.
Just saying, a country trap mixtape.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, that's a lot. All right, I guess we'll move forward.
Speaking of Seabiscuit.
Anywho, Beyonce.
On that note,
What
Beyonce is
do?
back in the news for a number of reasons. First, the queen. Let's be clear, the queen. we all bow down to the queen.
Show some respect.
Yeah, act right. Act right when you see it. Stand up when you see it. Beyonce is back in the news for 2 reasons. One, she just inked a deal with Adidas, which is really, 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 really interesting. We'll get into that. And then also, she just mentioned she's going to be releasing a Netflix special on the Coachella performance documentary for that. So I don't know when the date is. Do we have the date on when
I
that's
think
dropping?
it said the 17th.
Yeah, I think it's the 17th.
17th, right?
Let me
She
double
coming out
check
with
though.
the Adidas Beezies.
I see what you did there.
April
she doesn't work.
17th, yeah.
Kanye got to work on those.
Listen,
get it.
let me be clear. Well, I don't want to say mine first. I don't want to say mine
She's coming out
first.
with the
Gotta say
Beezies.
it, man.
The Beezy.
The Beezies, I'd buy
Fire.
them.
Oh yeah,
I'd buy them. Smart play for Adidas.
very smart.
But why is it smart? I have my reason as to why I think this is a really, really smart move. Do you guys want me to share with you?
Before you share it, though, we have to bring up the fact that where is it? So ESPN writer Nick DiPaola, he revealed that Beyonce was having meetings with various sneaker companies, and she walked out of the meeting for Reebok because the team that she had been working with lacks diversity and it's a non-existent representation of her background and her skin color. And she basically, as they were presenting, she was like, wait a second, hold on. Is this the team that I'm working with? They're like, yeah. She's like, yeah, nah. There ain't no black people in here. Bye. And she got up and left.
The queen. The queen.
Queen.
Just saying.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Reebok's owned by Adidas, right?
Yeah,
Still got paid.
I guess.
it's true.
But the reason why I think this is a brilliant...
But this is a partnership, though.
Yeah, this is a partnership.
It's different. It's a little different.
The reason why I think this is brilliant on Adidas' behalf is because what artists were they supposed to have on there prior to Beyonce that fell through?
Drake.
Bingo. What a way to fucking bounce back from that shit.
Yeah.
I also think they needed a little cleanup because of Kanye's recent stuff.
That's the other
So
thing.
they needed someone
That's the other.
clean up in the sense of like all the PR. You can't. It's definitely been a PR nightmare.
His shoe sales have gone up.
It's still a PR
It's still
nightmare.
a PR nightmare. It doesn't matter.
At the
All
end of the day, it's
publicity is
about
good
making
publicity.
money.
Not necessarily. When he made
No.
when he made those Trump statements
His
with
shoes
the hat.
Did his shoes go up?
No, his shoes went down.
His shoe- his-
No, it didn't.
That is
it
not
did-
true.
it did
That is
go
not
down
true.
for a
They
bit,
went
yeah.
down for a bit. For a
And-
good month, his sneaker sales were down.
And overall, how did they do?
I'm not talking about overall.
We're talking about the bottom line here, folks. We're talking about money, not how your little punk ass feelings. We're talking about money. And punk, oh, my feelings are hurt. Oh,
I agree with you.
No,
I
but
agree with you.
it's still a PR. It's still a
It's still a
PR
PR
shift,
nightmare.
though.
oh my God! It's about money.
It is about
It's
money.
still
Brandon
a
and Erin.
PR shift.
I'm a stuff. You don't say my name like that. Don't say my name like that. It's
No,
definitely-
first of all, this is the man.
Get him,
Here
E.
we
This
go,
is,
here we
this
go,
is,
here we
turn
go.
on
this is the
him, E.
man who doesn't even work in the industry, so
Yeah,
I don't even know what you're
to-
talking about, right? First of all, yeah, it is about money, but it's also about public perception and appearance.
Yep.
Who cares
You
about
go-
these damn sheeple?
No, you
Sheeple.
really? Who cares? Everyone cares about black people's money because we spend the most on everyone else except our own.
his
So if you want to
sales
have that
going up.
conversation, we can
His
have that
sales went up.
conversation.
I
But
bought
the
a pair.
point is that they have to offset it. They have yes. Does he appeal more to a certain demographic now? But there are still people who have not forgiven Kanye. So how do you offset that? How can we still get those people's money that we potentially lost back into our pockets? You get someone who's super pro-black. Who hasn't been controversial or recent to kind of offset it. While Kanye is bringing in the conservatives, the extremists, the white people, the people who, whatever, right? He brings that side in. But there's still a portion of people that when they saw that Sunday service, they said, we're still not forgiving you. Fuck out of here. We're not spending money on you. So how do you do that? Beyonce. It's in the eyes of the public, it's the complete opposite.
It is.
It's a smart strategic move what
it
they
is.
just did.
It is.
I don't know. His them percentages overall went up, and he sells shoes at $220 a pop.
That's
Some
retail.
300.
Yeah, some are 300.
Yeah. So,
But, well, I mean,
But there's still, they make, these companies are big companies. So, of course, they're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But in the grand scale of things, Beyonce's Beehive, they're way more, honestly, they're more influential and more powerful than Kanye's.
100%.
Whoa.
So, yes. Say it.
Be stupid.
Say it.
get this.
I'm not
Say
even
it.
gonna let you say that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting stung by
Wilson.
nothing.
Wilson,
I
let
don't
him
even
know.
like wasp. I saw. I'm cool. I'm
Okay.
cool.
For one, let's get this straight. Kanye shapes the culture. Period.
And what, Beyonce
Period.
don't either?
Kanye.
Beyonce has the Beehive, which is a very loyal thing to her. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's walking around looking like Beyonce.
That's
People
bullshit.
are walking around looking like Kanye.
You sound crazy. You sound crazy.
Well, let her drop
you
the
sound
Beezies.
crazy.
Let her
you
drop
sound
the
crazy.
Beezies.
People try to
You
walk
sound
around.
crazy.
The
Are you gonna?
325s.
Hold on. You really can say with a straight face that women are not walking around emulating and looking or attempting to look like Beyonce? You really want to make that statement?
Or epitomize what she is?
I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question.
What exactly is Beyonce's look? She doesn't have a trademark look like Kanye.
She does have a trademark look.
Like Kanye?
I'm not saying like Kanye.
What do you
That's
say?
my point.
You're making two
Well, okay.
statements and combining them.
Also, you can't really compare
That's what I'm saying.
the physical representation of a man versus a woman in the industry. There's different standards.
And their actions
There are
different.
different
And their
standards.
actions are different.
What?
Look, nobody's more influential than Kanye, period. In the music industry or fashion right now.
And,
I'm not going with fashion.
Music,
him and his wife
music.
are freeing people.
Streetwear?
I'm not. I could argue that Fear of God is better. I can argue even.
Well, fear of God. Jerry Lorenzo is the guy.
Don't try to jump.
Jerry Lorenzo's the guy.
Don't try to jump my bandwagon. No.
Sneakers?
Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy.
Stay on your
Sneakers, we
side.
seeing
Stay on
Kanye.
your side.
If we want to make that conversation, I could make another argument that the Fear of God sneakers are better than Yeezy.
You're wildin', nigga.
There we go. That's the Wilson I've been waiting for.
We're talking about sneakers. You really gonna sit there with a straight face?
We are talking about sneakers.
Brandon, why don't you show the people
fear-
that
All right,
have the sneakers you have on right now, Brandon?
We're not talking about me. I have Yeezys. Everyone knows this. What I'm simply saying
Nas,
is
you're not
the
providing
demand
any like
and the
important shit to this
and the
conversation.
exclusivity.
Just shut up.
The exclusivity of sneakers. Who takes exclusivity? Who wins that battle? On a day where sneakers drop, who is more likely to be sought after?
You want to talk about
Fear of God?
exclusive?
Answer my question. Fear of God or Yeezys? Which one is more sought after if they drop the same day?
Well, which Yeezy? The Red October?
No way.
Which one you want to go with?
No way. What are you talking
He's been doing
about?
this for years.
Thank you, Wilson.
Ruling it.
Over Fear of God.
Yes.
Fear of God,
Yeah.
the sheer fact that niggas is gonna cop Yeezys and not trying to cop like Fear of God shoes off the strap.
I'm not rolling.
You not rolling?
Nope. Not rolling.
Bam, you can't talk to this
Not
man.
rolling.
You
Not
can't.
rolling.
You can't talk.
Kanye drops a new 750 today. It's worth more than the Fear of God Nike
You're
ones.
bugging. You're bugging.
The Fear of God Nike ones
Well, I
resell
definitely want to say
under
you're
1,000.
bugging saying
Yeah.
Beyonce is not culturally impactful in whatsoever.
Thank you, Bam. Hold on, Bam. Say that again.
I'm riding with Wilson on any conversation
Let me cut
as
your
it
mic.
applies to footwear.
Fear of Gods right now on StockX. What was that on StockX? What are they going for? Under 1,000.
Oh well, to answer your music one, I could argue Drake.
Oh, I didn't even get there.
Hold on,
I
hold on,
didn't-
hold
I
on.
didn't
Kanye
even-
influenced Drake.
That is not
No.
true. That
We're
is
not talking.
true.
We're not
No,
talking.
Drake
no,
said
no,
himself.
Fam.
No,
fam.
we are talking about the. You said
Drake said it
you
himself.
said
We're not gonna have this
you didn't say
conversation.
production impact. You're saying cultural influence. You're saying influence.
Kanye influenced Drake.
Kanye
No.
West.
I'm not saying that.
When
Kanye,
was it
No.
cool
Listen,
for
all right.
Daniel Son to
Hold on,
diss
hold on,
Mr.
hold on, hold
Miyagi,
on.
bitch?
So this is
when
what
was
I'm-
that
this
ever
is-
cool?
This is what I'm gonna say, right? Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna say it. In public perception, yes, you are going to hear Drake say, "Yo, Kanye influenced me. Yo, I got my sound from Kanye." Right? Behind closed doors, yeah, I'm saying it verbatim. No, he openly. The whole beef between them started simply because he bit off of Drake. Verbatim.
Yeah, nigga, keep them doors closed and say that shit. Can't say that shit out loud because everybody knows you were influenced by Kanye.
Nah, I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling.
All right.
I'm not rolling.
He's- he's-
Name
he's for the sheeple.
name me music that.
Well, also the impact of Drake being associated with anything is just as high up.
That's what I'm saying.
And in some
Like,
capacity, and I can argue in some capacities, the impact of Drake being involved with certain things is even at times more than Kanye.
I don't
Yeah.
know because Kanye turned Sunday service into something epic.
Kanye does Sunday service.
Hold on, but let's be clear. Even we all
Fashion
love,
Week
we love,
shuts it down.
We love. Yo, what are you talking about? Drake just opened up a fucking workout facility for the Toronto Raptors. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Okay.
You won't. Y'all. Yeah. Look at you. Look puzzled. Y'all look crazy right now. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
you opened
You're
up
not gonna have the same impact.
a workout facility for the Toronto Raptors.
Do you know how major that is? That don't make sense to you. That doesn't register. Where you create a workout facility, the NBA is not.
The NBA is it's one of the most conservative,
Yeah,
liberal but
like-
conservative
They
organizations.
don't got no championships.
None.
Oh my
Alright.
God! Look at these.
play-
idiots.
Yeah. Like I'm not arguing with y'all. I'm not
They're
arguing.
the clan
I'm
in
not
the
arguing.
north.
I'm not arguing with y'all.
They're the
I'm not arguing with y'all.
Wildlings.
So that's one thing again that Beyonce is doing, and then again, the documentary. I don't know how I feel about the documentary piece, only just because it's a very blanket statement of, hey, Beyonce is dropping a documentary on Netflix, XYZ date. It's based off of the Coachella shit. I don't know. Even though I have faith in it just because I saw the last documentary she did that was really, really intimate, where, she revealed her baby and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really good. So that's why I'm interested to see what this is. I don't know if this is a behind the scenes of getting ready for the show or if this is preparation for the leading up to. I don't know how they're looking to cut it, but I'm interested.
It's supposed to be the behind the scenes, right?
I don't.
Of
No
like a
matter what
Coachella
it is,
performance or something?
everybody's been talking about it.
Yeah.
That's it. She could have this whole documentary be about her painting her toenails, and everyone's still gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And she's still gonna make a lot of money from it.
Do you think Beyonce sneakers will sell more than Yeezys?
Bro,
No,
shut
man.
up. You would still watch it, and we would force you to
Nah,
watch
bro.
it too, because
Yeah,
we would have to talk
that-
about it
yeah,
on Grassroots.
yeah. Oh, you're
so
watching.
you will lose no matter what.
Yeah, you're watching.
Shut up.
And no, the Beezies will not outsell
The Beezies are selling. The name is fire. Beezies.
The
It is. I like it.
It's fire.
I like it.
It's fire.
the 325.
The 342. Word. That's fire.
715s.
I'm curious. I'm now. I just want to see what they look like though.
Yo, Beyonce. Anybody even going over to Adidas?
But that's
It's kind of Kanye.
Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, he's capable.
Only nigga that was over there was what? Pharrell?
For you being disrespectful to Push,
Was Push there before Ye?
huh?
Was Push there before Ye?
I don't know.
Yeah, Ye was there before.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, well,
I
when
think,
did
I
the
think Ye
conversation-
brought Push in.
Yeah. He was. He was.
Push had the EQT
Yeah. I have a pair of those.
way long after.
But they definitely were talking to more than just Kanye. So I wonder who the other people they were talking to.
That's what I'm curious for.
Because they're never just talking to one person
No
when
way.
it comes to
no
these
way.
deals.
They're talking to multiple
You
people.
know why? Do you know why that is? Because it's about the bottom line. It's about the dollar.
The dollar.
That's all it's ever been about was the dollar.
That's true.
Yeah, I like this Nas.
So
baby.
hold on.
Motivate me.
Oh wait, hold on.
No, this Nas just ignores every other aspect of business except the money. But that's all right.
Oh, why are you in business? For your feelings? So you can feel
No,
good? So you
but
get a-
there's other
so you get a
things that
Hallmark
contribute.
card?
There's things that contribute to business that you completely ignore. Yes,
Sales
money
went
is
up.
important. But there's other aspects. You don't think that there's a whole bunch of people when Kanye was doing that shit. Adidas is like, oh my gosh, we got to figure out how we're gonna handle this situation. Even Kanye's own teams,
Right.
Even Kim probably was texting like, yo, you better retract
And then
this
the
shit.
intern
This shit
ran
is
in.
crazy.
The intern said, I have the quarterly report. I have it. It's, the numbers went up.
First off, in office, no one runs in with quarterly reports.
Yeah, that's not how it goes.
It doesn't work
That
like
proves
that.
to you Nas has never been in a
sound
super
like that.
business setting.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't work
Sorry.
like
Well,
that.
There is not know what
like
he's
an
talking
office
about.
in the 50s.
Yeah, that
Like,
doesn't work like that. So
Okay, well, they got the email from the intern. Quarterly report, it went up. It's about it's about money.
It's
What do
about
we-
politics too.
Hello, I'm like Herm Edwards. Hello, you play to win the game. Hello, my
Yeah.
feelings are hurt. You hurt
You're the
everybody's
only one
feelings.
who's showing your feelings right now. We're all
not.
saying yes, finance, but there's other stuff to it. You're over here,
What
your feelings,
Why are you in
feelings.
business? Why am I in business? To make sure you feel good?
You're not in business though. That's the problem.
Rub you back and tell you you feel good.
Well,
You just said-
technically, it depends on what business you're in.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to make.
Well, we're
someone
talking
feel
about
good.
Adidas right now.
Well, I don't know. What does Adidas stand for? I remember for Triumph.
All day,
all day I dream
all
of
day sex.
Sneakers or something?
No, hold on.
We're not going to go down this road.
Yeah, we're not going down that road. I can't remember what it is, but if I remember, it's Greek or something like that. I feel like I'm fucking up everything. Where
Adidas?
that
I think
say
you're
it.
thinking
No,
about Nike's victory.
Adidas is the name of the guy. He's one of. They're so. Okay.
Hold on, because now
Let me-
this is really
here,
gonna bother
I'm gonna
me.
tell you.
What sneaker brand is it that is based off
Nike.
of? It's Greece.
That's Nike's victory.
That's
joint.
Victory,
Nike's
right?
victory check. Adidas
Well, no,
is
the
name.
little Air Jordan logo that you see with the clouds and shit.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Or the wings, some shit.
Let someone just look this up because I feel
It's based off like the Greek goddess, soul.
correct. It's Greek mythology,
Yeah,
right?
for that one. Adidas is the or Adidas is the name.
Adidas.
It's one of the names.
Because of the brother who made Puma and then the brother who made the
Yeah. Okay.
It's based off of it's so
you know what I'm saying, directions.
if I'm correct, the name is based off of the company was started by Adolf Dassler. And then it's based off of, I believe, his name.
Yo, the second you can't get away with the name Adolf.
Not
Yeah, that
anymore.
Anymore.
years
Like you
old.
gotta change your name.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit just made me cringe. Like I was like, ugh,
1930.
what a name to be named after. That's
Bottom line is a dollar.
well, I feel like I know we're off on a tangent, but I feel like names like that, like the name Dick, you should never name your kid Dick. Like
Who even thought that was a good nickname?
as I'm saying, like you should never name your kid that.
Well,
Unpopular opinion about names.
Yeah. All right, we gotta wait. We gotta wait.
It's a good one. Names like evolve, like Rodney.
All right, hold on. They can't hear you. The listeners can't hear you. We'll save it. We'll save it.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right. So back to Beyonce. So we're. I guess we just have to wait
wait for the
for
Beezies.
pretty much everything.
Yeah.
At this point.
It's gonna be successful.
I'm sure it'll be successful.
Yeah.
What would be a failure to her though?
Slam dunk.
Like, think about it. What's a failure to Beyonce?
She doesn't fail.
I don't know. Even when she like messes up on a choreography or falls or slips, I don't know how she effortlessly like makes it like. I don't know. So what would be? I mean,
because even in
like
those moments,
even adultery, which could have been the biggest PR failure,
Yeah.
she turned that shit around real quick.
but I knew Beyonce was different when she fell and she got back up and still continued to perform. That's normal performer etiquette, right? But even still, normally the memes come out and start to kill her. That didn't really happen to her when she falls. They just like, oh, the queen got up again and she fell and she's back up again. Like, she's never in a situation where it looks bad, even with the whole the cheating shit. With they
turned that around real quick.
Yo, they turned that shit around and made it albums off of it.
That looked bad for Hove.
Even Hove, it looked bad for Hove, and then he made fucking 444.
But you know
and all
what?
these other great, amazing bodies of work.
But that wasn't even like bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like
His hands were suspect.
the funny chap, yeah, it's a little bad.
Momo,
Well, he had to keep it open palms. You know how people are.
Yeah,
He had to keep it open palms.
If he closes a palm in that elevator with the way that looks crazy. That looks crazy. Think about it. If Hove goes from this to like one of those,
it didn't look like he was getting any hits.
Like if he was going like this, it
Yeah.
looked like he may hit her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, it was smart. He kept it open palms. Whether people think that's
He
weird or
didn't get
anything.
any hits.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If Hove gets into the Philly shell stance, it looks crazy.
He wasn't.
It looks crazy. Like really think about it. Like
He
that
wasn't.
shit looks wild.
He was losing through and through.
I was concerned for his well-being.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yo, can you imagine if he did something in there? Ugh,
Yo,
that shit would look bad, man.
Beyonce
fuck
would have snuffed
look
him.
bad. There's no coming from that.
Beyonce ain't snuffing. She
Pause.
stood to the side. She ain't getting her hands dirty.
Yeah, nah. She walked through gracefully.
Beyonce's the kind of person who would hire someone else to do it, and then she'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think Beyonce's pretty crazy.
I see her setting it off.
She definitely said
That documentary where she was looking directly into the camera and giving these really, really intricate thoughts and expression let me know that she's not to be played with.
Yeah,
She'll set it up.
but everyone's different. There's levels to craziness.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Some are very active, like how Solange was, and some people are
They're
more
plotters.
meticulous.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, Beyonce
Beyonce is the one that's like, yo, I'll wait
Her-
7 years and then I'll get you back.
Halle Berry.
No, I got her on the crazy list.
Yeah, Halle Berry.
But what
Yeah,
crazy?
but I'm talking about like as soon as something happens.
like Solange crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Fam, there's too many stories that have come out about her where you're like, she may be a little off. Maybe a little off.
A little bit.
A little bit. But I mean, all right. Well, more to come with that. I guess we gotta have this moment now. Obviously, we tried not to start the show on a somber note, just because, and we wanted to take our time with obviously everything that's happened with Nipsey. So first and foremost, we wanted to send our condolences, obviously, to Nipsey's family as well as Lauren London. I don't think words can really describe how any of us felt hearing that news and seeing a lot of the stuff that's happened and the impact of it. So definitely want to send our condolences to that family and keep them in our prayers. I don't know, and I still don't. Like, it took me quite it was a difficult time for me to say something. Like, I felt the need to say something. Like, I got the text in my group chat, and I was like, huh? What happened? And I didn't even get to really look. I just went searching, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, wow. Like, that was the last thing I was thinking would have happened. And then seeing the videos were even more chilling in itself. It's just, I don't know. Like, I know what I feel. I feel like even though they caught the guy, maybe it's just me. I don't feel like it's enough. Does that make sense? Even though justice is technically served, like justice will be served, I don't feel like it's enough to where it makes me feel better, and I don't know that I'll ever feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for me, it speaks volumes when you see Bloods, Crips, essays,
All gangs.
the police
Yeah.
commissioner, the mayor, all of these people mourning someone, a known gang member that was openly trying to do better for the community as a whole.
And the fact that you know, aside from this individual, but the fact that other people who went to the marathon clothing, you know, I heard somewhere that he had a rule where it's like, don't bring your guns.
No guns.
The fact that people respected that entirely, and always and just everyone respecting Nipsey as a whole. Like, we all, whether you knew him or not, we all mourn as if we lost our own brother.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I was talking to Rocky about that, and I get disgusted, right? Because there are people, like I saw a young girl post something, just paying respect to Nipsey. She I liked her honesty. She pretty much just said, I'm not a fan of his music. I'm a fan of him as the person.
Yeah.
I'm hurt by that. And I saw a bunch of people just dragging her, like, yo, you ain't shit. Yo, you wasn't a real fan. Like, yo, don't try to get on the bandwagon now. Like, so just because you don't know someone now in present day, you can't feel like hurt for someone's loved ones, for their children, for their family, for even for a significant other. Like, can you imagine what Lauren London is going through?
No.
Like, you can't feel, crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can't feel compassion for someone like that. I'll never just understand it. I won't understand that.
The problem is there are, okay, so when it comes to Nipsey, like what makes him him obviously has been portrayed within his music.
100%.
But there is a time, I also believe that there is a time and place for music conversation and a time and place for just let it be a mourning situation.
Yeah.
Don't have it be about the music.
Yep.
It's about him as an individual, the impact that he's had, whether it was directly or indirectly.
Yeah.
Some people have been impacted from watching him just have the STEM center, what he's doing from the community, hearing certain things. You know, some people were impacted through his music.
Yeah.
It's not like... I think when it comes, what people don't understand, when it comes to influence, especially when it comes to someone like Nipsey, he transcends music.
Yeah.
It shouldn't always be about music, and people got to stop that. Like, it's like, and I don't even think that like everyone mourning is a sense of like jumping on the bandwagon. It's, you may see your friend who's a fan and they're mourning, and you feel their sadness,
and you feel sad
and you
for 'em.
feel the sadness,
Yeah.
and then it maybe causes them to do research, and they're like, dang, he was doing so much for his community and the black community.
Yeah, I think a lot of people still though. I don't think a lot of people really knew how valuable he was to the community. Like, I don't think, even down to him being killed that day, like, he was giving clothes to someone that was just released from being locked up.
Yeah.
Like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And I think he also took a photo with a child, like
with the
literally
child,
right
literally,
before.
or it was before. Yeah, it was before it. Now I'm thinking about it, was before it that he took the picture with the little kid. I just don't understand people. I don't understand it.
Jealousy's a motherfucker, ain't it?
It's not just jealousy.
It's not just jealousy.
People want to be
It's-
negative. It's like sometimes sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes,
Yeah.
no matter how you feel,
Just shut
especially
up.
when it comes to people mourning, just shut up.
And that's why
just let people mourn in the ways
man.
that they feel is best.
As I've learned getting older, everyone deals with things differently. Everyone deals with things. There are people that will engulf themselves into just the music and connect with the music to mourn. There are people that will post pictures. There are people that will post videos. There are people that won't even say anything. I saw people killing 50 Cent. Yo, you posting about a car. Yo. And I even caught myself like, yo, why is he posting about a car and all this other shit? And then when he finally does say something about Nipsey, he posts a picture of himself and then says, yo, I can't believe you're gone, or whatever he said. It didn't seem like there was a connection there. It felt like a marketing ploy. Like, this is another thing. And then he posts something that says, yo, y'all keep talking to me about it. I don't really know how to deal with this. Nipsey was a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And then if you read the comments, all of Nipsey's friends are in there like, yo, King, you don't have to say nothing. We know what you did for us. You put us on. We don't have to speak about our business off table. You were the one that kept us safe in certain situations. You were the one that gave that had mentoring meetings with Nipsey. You inspired him. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't hold people to the flame when it comes to shit like this.
On top of that, for rappers, it's got to be tough seeing that, because it's like, yo, that could be you.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
for me, it's an eye opener. For me,
just that quick. Somebody just makes a decision.
That quick,
and you're gone.
he literally, that very second, he went and said, oh, he's out. Let me run in the store and go get something. Leaves his security and is gone. Leaves his security. And again, they I guess they had gotten wind of some sort of attack. I know that they had beefed up security on video shoots and some shit like that. And then even with the event, I believe they wanted to beef up security, but again, it was, to E's point, it was a written rule of, hey, yo, if you come support Blood, Crip, SA, whatever you are, come. There's to be no violence and no weapons, and people respected it outside of him. So because I know that was the common question of, yo, why didn't anyone shoot? Why didn't anyone do anything?
No.
There was no guns there.
Yeah, that it took me a while to kind of analyze and go through the catalog in my mind the effect of Nipsey's death.
Well, you were somebody I thought about. You and there's one other person, I won't name it. There's one other person that I instantly thought about, because I'm a Nipsey fan, but I'm more of a fan of Nipsey the humanitarian.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very big into that. Like, that's one of the things I want to be as a humanitarian. So seeing him do all of these great things in the hood and then globally, for me, that's how I connected with him. You, on the other hand, you were an avid listener. So when I said it and then it didn't register until you said something, I was kind of like, ugh. I didn't know how to handle that.
We had, Wilson and I talked about it when it happened, but during that week, I'm kind of glad it took, we had a week in between.
Yeah.
Because I had to think about, Tupac and Biggie were hip-hop. Mm-hmm. Although the impact of their deaths were big, this is kind of John Lennon.
Say it.
This is Selena.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how I feel. I feel like this is way...
Yeah.
And I don't want to be disrespectful, but...
It's a heavy loss.
I felt the way I summed it up to my parents, because I had to explain to my parents what was happening. And the way I summed this up is, I'll never forget the day I found out that Big was killed. I was literally, me and my brother were in our room watching the news, and it came on the news. I remember seeing the scene, and I just remember being crushed. My brother was crying, I was crying. Like, I remember just being absolutely crushed. I felt that same way about Nipsey.
But with this death, it's harder to take because there's no way to disconnect yourself from it because you could actually see it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like with Big and Pop, you didn't actually see it.
Yeah.
With this, you see it happen.
Yeah. And that's the thing I think that makes the shit tough. That's why I wish I didn't see the video that I saw. And that's why I didn't share it, because someone sent me the video. I didn't even know what it was until I clicked it.
Those things should not be shared.
Yeah, like there was no caption or nothing. For people that do that, like, come on,
They did
man.
a better job and it's like kind of weird that we have to go through this time and time again with X.
The X, yeah.
X video was everywhere, massive.
Yeah.
Nipsey's thing was it was out there.
And then someone took care of that, because those clips were taken down
within
the hour.
There are also industry people saying, stop sharing this shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is not okay.
Yeah.
There were and because they were like, there are people that are just finding out the news and especially on social media, and there could be people in his camp, and you think that the first thing they want to see is their brother or their friend getting killed.
His daughter's 11 too.
And for me, it was definitely hard to process, just because not only like I listened to his music, not only from the humanitarian aspect, but also I actually know someone in his camp, and I could tell that that person was devastated. I messaged and I was like, listen, I can't even imagine what you're going through, but just know that I'm here if you need anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say exactly what they said to me, but I could tell that they were devastated, and that it hit me pretty hard. I mean, it hit me hard in general, but I could feel how the pain.
You can feel it. It's different. This energy right now that we're experiencing is different,
and it hasn't gone away.
I don't think this is gonna go away for quite some time.
Yo, he was teaching kids how to code.
That was gonna be my next thing. I've learned so much about him within this past week that I didn't know about him. I'm not even talking about music. I'm just talking about humanitarian shit. There was so many things that he was active in doing. I didn't know that. I just think it's just what a loss. What a loss, right?
I think one takeaway from this situation is that we, no matter where we are in life, no matter what our status, what our position is, to carry on his legacy, we should continue to do what he has been doing.
100%.
We should find ways to give back to our community, find ways to help our own youth.
Definitely.
Find ways to work within our certain cities or establishments and stuff like that. I think that like it's also a wake up call where it's like I feel like we're not doing enough.
Yeah.
I really feel like we're not doing enough, and I think that understanding everything that he's done, at least for me, it was a wake up call saying like, damn, like, Erin, I think like I feel like I'm not doing enough to help my own people.
Yeah.
Even though I do some things, but to not like he was doing so much and more, and I feel like this should be a takeaway is like for us to continue his legacy, even if we can't continue from like a financial standpoint by like
actions.
Creating a go from the actions, or if he's focusing on providing science or business opportunities or coding opportunities within certain communities, we should in our own way do that and try to help in some sense.
Yeah. So for me, this takes a little bit of a turn with the guy that got caught. What's his name? I'm having a brain fart.
Eric Holder.
Eric Holder was detained. Allegedly, they caught him trying to enter into or check himself into a mental institution. That's where they caught him. The police say that the reason they were actively, obviously searching for him was not to hold him accountable for the crime, but in fear of retaliation, obviously, to him and to his family. So that was the thing. The reason why this takes a turn for me, where it gets extremely interesting, and I do feel privileged at this very moment to be able to even, I guess, report out on it, is now his legal defense team, Eric Holder, they hired Chris Darden. Let me give you guys some background on Chris Darden. Chris Darden was one of the prosecutors on the O.J. trial with Marsha Clark.
Yeah.
Chris Darden is also the one person that he had a very, very rough time going through the O.J. trial, considering he was labeled an Uncle Tom. He was brought in as the black face on the prosecution side to go against Johnny Clark and the rest of the legal team, right? But because of that, he had a lot of backlash within the community based off of them just pretty much saying, yo, you're going against another black man. And again, he went on to then he started teaching, and then he founded I think it was Cochran and Associates, and then from there he went on to
hold on, he founded Cochran and Associates.
Not Cochran and Associates. I'm sorry. What is it? Darden and Associates. Sorry, Darden. I'm thinking Johnny Cochran just because of the firm or whatever. Yeah. But he then went on to go start that firm, and then from there, for whatever reason, which I couldn't find it, he then wanted to switch to as opposed to being in the prosecution, to be a defender. I think it's interesting. I can't say who I heard it from, but I will say I had done research because I couldn't understand if he picked this. I know that he had been doing a lot of pro bono work. I did hear that he was privately selected and is being paid privately to back up the Kid Wilder.
So who's paying?
I don't know.
Follow the money.
I don't know, but
sometimes the money's not easy to trace, though.
That's my thing. This money ain't gonna be easy to trace.
Because it's not gonna be
number
public
one.
records.
You know what kind of money that is to have someone that high profile as your defense lawyer?
Oh no, he caught that L against
That's
OJ.
number one. That's number one. There's a lot here. That's number one. Number two, I'm thinking about the L with OJ. I don't know what his defense would be. Are we gonna go for the insanity plea?
Probably.
We can go there, but there's camera, there's video, there's multiple sources, and they even have the guy on camera with the Instagram live shit saying, "Yo, I just shot Nipsey. I just killed him." I don't know how you win this battle. That's number one. I don't know, and even if I'm Chris Darden, I don't know why I'm putting. I feel like this is not something you should really put yourself in harm's way with, or you're putting yourself in harm's way with. The police, essays, Bloods, Crips, you were already getting death threats and all types of crazy shit off of the OJ shit just being on the prosecution side with Marsha Clark and the rest of these people. Now you're on the defense side with someone we have on camera from a local Californian native that was open in the community and clearly is connected with the police with trying to better the community, connected with both Bloods and Crips and Essay. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is the smartest move. That's just me. I get it from a legal standpoint of, yo, you have a legal obligation to protect your client. I get all of that. I get all the jargon where, again, everything remains confidential, and I get the where your moral compass is not something that should be guiding you within legal parameters. But at what point does it?
So
like,
do you have a theory on what's going on?
I can't figure it out yet. The theory for me, my original theory was, okay, he switched, because I know for quite some time, because again, I'm a huge OJ, thank you, a huge OJ Court fan. I'm a fan of that whole trial because I think it's fascinating. I've gone back and started to watch all of the trials again just because it's fascinating.
Yeah, his son did it.
Huh?
His son did it.
If I'm keeping it a buck, there's definitely two people. Looking at the court documents, there's two people that did that crime. There's two different knives.
Also, wasn't the glove like it didn't even fit his hand?
The gloves didn't fit. There's two different knives. The stab wounds are
plastic glove on.
Yeah. No, but
Johnny
even with that, the reason why the glove didn't fit is because if you watch the 40 for 40, y'all should really go watch this, by the way. If you're big into this type of shit. The reason why the glove didn't fit is because OJ has arthritis. He didn't take his arthritis medication, and the symptoms of arthritis is your hand swelling. Wherever you have arthritis, your shit swells up. So because of that, he didn't take his medication for his hand swelling up, and because of that, he didn't take it for a week or whatever. The glove naturally wouldn't fit.
Genius.
Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, no, that wasn't Johnny Cochran. Actually, that was this guy,
Rob Kardashian.
No. Fuck the OJ's first lawyer. Oh, somebody has to find this. This is important. OJ's first lawyer is the one that went to go try on the glove and said, yo, my hands are small and I can't fit this. OJ's hands are massive. He's not going to fit this. We have to convince them to have him try on the glove. Shapiro. That's his name. Thank you. Shapiro it was the one that initiated the glove, and then there was the other guy. There's a guy, the oldest person on OJ's defense team, and I can't think of his name. He is the one that really orchestrated it. He's a genius. I followed him for mad long after I found out him. He's a genius. Genius, huh?
Say the dream team lawyers are Shapiro, Cochran, Kardashian,
Sheck.
Okay.
Okay.
Douglas, Newfield, and Ullman.
Sheck, I think his name is. Sheck is the older guy, white guy with
I believe so.
with the.
It's like a dream team was like
Correct. Sheck was the one that was one of them was the genius. There's two geniuses on their defense team. Sheck was the one guy that was very big into science. He was the first, and I didn't even realize this either after looking at this. Do you know that was the first case that DNA was used? Like, there's a lot with this case, right?
What do you mean?
The way that they used DNA in this case was the first time it had ever been done. That's where there were so many errors. That's where there were so many errors handling the DNA. That's where there were so many things that didn't line up when they started to check the DNA. It was like, all right, well, there's a blood sample here, or someone would pick up evidence without gloves. There was so much that happened with this case that I think his name is Barry Sheck. Barry Sheck, who was a college professor at the time, was still helping the defense team to obviously solve this case, but nevertheless, they proved this to obviously to be false. I only say that circling back to Chris Darden, he took a heavy loss in the community with black people within California. There was a lot that happened there for him. I don't know if this is the smartest move again in a career for him. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Nas has been yelling this across the land all day. Money comes first.
Yeah.
And some people, all they see is green.
Yeah.
And they don't care if it's against their own people or anything like that.
Yeah.
All they see is green.
Listen, it's been like that since the beginning. I'm not saying anything new.
Well, I don't know if cavemen's had money, but yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Pretty sure
equivalent whatever the equivalent was.
Rocks?
Yeah, you was like shiny rocks or some
Shiny rocks,
Emeralds. I'll trade you emeralds.
sheepskins.
or like bone marrow, some weird
Listen,
shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
that wasn't it wasn't the Europeans that went into Africa and stole us. They sat right there on the coast. They said, yo, y'all got slaves for sale? They said, yeah, we sure do. You niggas,
Push them right on out.
Get over there.
Yeah.
When the Holocaust happened, there was a couple of Jewish people then yeah, I can help y'all out. So money has been since the beginning. It helps the world turn.
I know, and I get it. I'm just saying this one.
So I ain't saying it's right,
I don't know if this is the smartest move.
and I don't know. I think
I've already heard. I don't mean to cut you off. I've just already heard crazy things happening in L.A.
Listen, man, Nipsey's legacy, and this is just my opinion, Nipsey's legacy is way bigger than any conspiracy.
100%. And that was the other thing. We had to address fans. Fans said to us, a fan said to us, which...
why haven't we addressed
this yet? And I hope you guys know, as listeners, as viewers, we take pride in doing this. Outside of us having fun, we take pride in getting it right. Not going with the conspiracy theories, not just jumping the gun. And I feel like our credo should be, we don't want to be first, we want to be correct.
Also, we had to process our own thoughts and feelings too, just like everyone else.
Yeah, like
I mean, for me, when it happened that day, it literally, I think it might have taken me 2 or 3 days to even say anything, because it's just like trying to figure out the words to even put out. Like I've seen various people. I've seen people who are very eloquent, very articulate. Any other day, any other topic, they would be able to express.
Yeah.
Even they didn't know what to say.
It was tough. And we just had finished recording that day.
Yeah.
Literally an hour later, I got that text and it said,
I don't even think it was an hour.
I don't even know, but it was.
It may not have been an hour, but we all were in shock.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
None of us could process that.
Yeah, because at first we were like, we don't know if we can believe this. And then, but then again, I think, was it a TMZ article? TMZ is pretty on point when it comes to deaths, though.
Once I got it wasn't,
was it NBC?
The CNN shit.
Oh, CNN.
Once I got the CNN report, I said, yeah, okay. Yeah, this may be real. And then as I start to search, and then I start to see shit, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is 100% real. And then when you start to search a little bit more, I'm like, all right, this does not look good. This does not look good at all. Nothing about this is good, and now I'm sweating. Now I'm comfortable. I don't know what's happening now.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a shift in the energy. I'm feeling things change. I'm seeing nothing but prayers. I'm seeing a bunch of just shit happening. So, I guess not to beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
Again, prayers, condolences to Nipsey Hussle, his family, his children, loved ones, significant other, anyone in their family. Definitely reach out, because again, you know, people deal with things differently. Therapy, music, whatever it is that helps you get through things like this.
Yeah.
Definitely connect with those things. Again, even for me, it took me quite some time. Even all of us in this room, we literally were just shell shocked. It's totally unexpected. Literally, the last thing I would hear or think I would hear. And it's a tremendous loss. So definitely keep him and his family in your prayers.
And also, don't put people down for the way that they mourn or go about things, because you don't know what that person's going through.
Yeah.
And even if they didn't listen to his music, respect the fact that they are mourning for someone who they believe was doing something great in the community.
Yeah.
It's not always about music, and you have to understand that.
Definitely.
So let people mourn and pay their respects the way that they see fits best. And just at the end of the day, just let's not make this into a negative thing. Let's I mean, obviously it's a bad thing that's happened, but let's, like I said, turn his legacy into something even more positive than what he established, and let's continue it forth on a positive note.
Well said. Well said. I guess that's it. Not to end on a somber note, guys, but obviously we got to pay respect to someone like that. Check us out, Grassroots Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Be sure to hit the notification button, noti, upper right-hand corner, to be notified for the latest episodes. Let us know what you thought about the topics today. And again, if you want to just comment, let us know your thoughts. What were your first thoughts when you heard the news? How are you dealing with it? What are you doing to deal with it? Maybe something that you guys say can help us deal with it. I feel like at this point we should all be in it for the same cause, and that's to honor his legacy and honor the person that he was. That said, I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
Regular Nas.
I'm Wilson.
And we out. Peace.
Grassroots.